Hi, this is Vinney Chopra. Thank you for again joining on my podcast, Apartment Syndication Made Easy. As you know, I wrote that book, which is a top seller in Amazon. Internationally also got a lot of acclaim, reviews and all. And this podcast is about syndication, about commercial investing. I like to bring great guests for you and dig into their story, their successes, and find out some nuggets from them so that you could really enjoy them and learn from them and then implement them. Hi guys, this is Vinney Chopra with Syndication Made Easy podcast. As you know, you are getting some doses twice a week or 3 times a week actually. And some of the larger ones, my editors, they cut them in 2 parts, 3 parts because everybody's so busy. But thanks for liking the content. Give us 5-star reviews. And remember, the more you put it on the iTunes and the written comments, that help also a lot. And we can bring great guests. Today, I'm so excited to have Jacob Ayers with me in the studio. And Jacob is from Houston, Texas. And Jacob Ayers, well-known personality. He's got a great podcast himself. I'm going to ask him to talk about it. He's done almost 300, 400 shows, I think something like that. And he's a real estate, professional investor and also the host of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, a top-rated business podcast. Jacob's journey started when he graduated from Oklahoma State University with a degree in fire protection and safety engineering. And after college, he moved to Houston and he's been just crushing it. He's been into lots of different, from single family, I think, all the way to the multifamily. And his expertise is finding deals, which are off market. And, we're going to talk about a lot of great subjects today, how he's able to work with small multifamily and how the goal setting works with him, and how he does all those great topics about mind shift and all the overcoming fears. So this is the podcast for you. Hi, Jacob. How are you, brother?
Vinney, I'm doing fantastic. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Maybe, could you share with the audience? I know you've done a very, great journey. Kind of take us back. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Jacob. I'm a real estate investor by night, engineer by day, Vinney. So I'm still working the day job. I went to college and got a degree in engineering, brought me down here to Houston, Texas. But backing up a little bit, I'm just a regular guy like anybody else out there. I was born with this blueprint or raised rather with this blueprint to go to school, get a good education, study something difficult, go to college, get a good job. And that's kind of where that blueprint ended for me, right? My parents were both entrepreneurs and they wanted me to take a different path and go to school and get a good, stable job. And I did all those things. And Vinney, I found myself at the end of that roadmap at like age 22, 23. So I'd done all those things. I'd went to school, studied engineering, brought me down to Houston, Texas, where I am today. And I love engineering, but it was at the end of the roadmap there. And I felt like there's something left other than just work a day job for the next 40 years and then, hopefully make it to retirement. And that whole concept of retirement was really starting to, I had to figure that out, right? I go to my day job on day one and, signing up for all my benefits and, all that big adult grown up stuff. And, that's when I think kind of started weighing in like, okay, so what's this concept of retirement? I'm supposed to save up a big chunk of money. And then what's the goal from there, Vinney? Is my goal option 1? Die with money or outlive my money? What's the option? Either way, it doesn't sound very good to me. So I was like, this just didn't really sound good either way. So, I started trying to wrap my head around personal finance at the time. And it was something I was really into, I'm a numbers person. And so, building out the spreadsheets and, making all these assumptions and figuring out, okay, what's my financial picture going to be like in my life? And I just felt like there was something more for my future. And I kind of went down this rabbit hole and it led me to real estate investing. And through that, I stumbled onto my passion of that is real estate investing. And I've been doing that for the past I guess maybe going on 7 years now. So been having a lot of fun with that and pursuing my passion.
Awesome, awesome. So, if for the beginners, right, who are starting out, what maybe three things would you say they need to do to really get going in this field?
Yeah, people are always looking like, hey, where should I invest, right? What should I be doing? What's the next big thing? Is it crypto? Is it NFTs? Is it real estate? Is it gold and
Mhm.
silver? And
Yeah.
no, I think it's none of those things. It's you. You've got to invest in yourself first, right?
Mhm.
You're not gonna, get rich quick or get rich overnight by doing these things, or maybe you will, but I think the fundamental basis is, number one, investing in yourself. And there's
Hi, you are listening to Syndication Made Easy podcast. We will be right back after this short break.
Hi, thank you so much. This is Vinney Chopra, and thank you for subscribing to my podcast and YouTube channel and Facebook pages and all the great things, and LinkedIn. Connect with me. I come live to you every Friday at 9:30 Pacific with Vinney and Bo show. Please also look at that, and also the podcast, which is my apartment syndication made easy. The book I wrote a couple of years back became international top seller on Amazon International now. And then we like to bring great guests for you every week or twice a week sometime to give you a lot of great knowledge. So please subscribe. You give us 5-star reviews on the iTunes. The better the guests we can bring, and our ranking will go higher also. Thanks again for following us and really getting the most out of it. Please comment, like, share, because we would love to bring better and better material for you.
And there's so many ways to do that, Vinny, in today's day and age with technology and podcasts just like yours that are absolutely free. YouTube, podcast, buy a book off Amazon for $10. You could spend, say, $1,000 in a couple years of your time and get a legitimate master's degree in, self-education. So, I think that's step one. And then from there, just kind of figuring out what it is that interests you. I think you're going to be good at what you're interested in. So, spend some time trying out different things and exploring different things, turning over, new rocks, and kind of follow your passion. And from there, once you figure out what that is, just go all in on it. So you've got the education, you've got the interest/passion, and then you just go in there. So I think that's kind of the blueprint for anybody kind of looking to get started and, looking at all these things. We're all inundated with content online these days, right? You've got Gary V in your ear hollering about NFTs, and you've got this Grant Cardone in your ear hollering about large multifamily, and you've got this person over here. So it's just getting inundated with all these things. And I think it can be easy to kind of have that shiny, what do they call it? Like a
shiny object syndrome.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, exactly.
That. Yeah.
So
no, you're so right. And again, you're right. There's so much information out there. And then sometimes you can be really flustered and get unfocused. And you say, what? Should I do wholesaling? Should I do flipping? Should I do, value add? I want to do it. Should I do small units, big units? How to raise money? Where to find? Everything is in the seller's market right now. Lots of questions come, right?
Yeah.
And that's when I tell, people who ask me or call me, hey, maybe get a mentor, get a coach if you can, this way. And if you can afford, right? Some of the coaches are charging very, very high amount. But the key thing is this way you can have a blueprint or somebody who's done it in the front, which can take out the fears, But it all is a education process, investing in you. Appreciate that, definitely. Goal setting, you said goal setting. That's so important because there are so many people I've seen over the years, they are on the sideline, right? And they are looking for that shiny thing when the market is going to be great. Well, it was a bull market for the last 14 years now, almost 14 years. Now crash is coming, hopefully, something like that. Not hopefully, but maybe it will bound to come some correction. It's not going to be all these like 2007, 8, 9, not at all, because the numbers are different. the semantics, the whole thing is different. I know with war going on right now, market is taking a big hit, interest rates will be rising, which we have been in a very, very low environment, right? Inflation has gone up. So I'm sure the federal is going to try to figure out how to not increase the rates that much, but still curb the inflation, all those good stuff, right? But goal setting. So take me back your attitudinal shift, and how did you set some small goals with doing W2? You were able to crush it and learn it, and what things you had to
Yeah.
overcome.
I'm definitely a goal setting junkie, and I've learned so much from listening to you specifically, Vinney, on this topic. I think you've got a lot of valuable ideas and experience behind your goal setting methodology. So a lot of what I do, I've taken it from you, but kind of thinking about why a goal is important. I truly believe that you can have anything you want in this life. You just have to decide what it is. You can have anything you want. You can't have everything, but you can have anything you want. So, you ask yourself, well, what is it that I want? And then you start working backwards from there, building goals. And so the framework I like to do is I like to take larger goals and chunk them down into annual goals and even further into quarterly goals. And for me, that quarterly goal is just the right amount, because that's 90 days or roughly 3 months. And it kind of goes back to that saying, people overestimate what they can accomplish in a year and underestimate what they can accomplish in a decade. And so that's why you see so many people fail with like New Year's resolutions, right? Like, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm not going to eat a single carb for an entire year. And, I'm going to, lose 100 pounds. And then, by January 15th, that goal is crashed and burned. And I've been there, right? And we all have. So for me, I like taking an annual goal and breaking it down into quarterly goals. And then from there, making like a weekly battle plan, and then every day doing something to check it off. And it's just a little something. It's, say you want to buy